Do you think you need to get over social anxiety? I did, and it was probably the best decision I ever made. If you're new to this channel, I'm Kuye. I've been a behavioral health counselor since I was 18, bought my first rental property at 19, and I make content for people who want to squeeze the most out of life, the game of life. Today we're talking about how to get over social anxiety, because I know from my own experiences and opportunities that I've gained that having social anxiety only hurts your success in life. Social anxiety can be extremely limiting because when you're only a few connections away from the right opportunities and you can't put yourself out there, you're more than likely missing out on a lot of opportunities in life. So how do we move forward? If self-improvement or social anxiety is something you struggle with for a while, first, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and the biggest thing I want you to understand is that you're not alone. I was labeled the shy kid by my parents and people around me. Who knew I didn't like really talking to new people? This hurt the connections I could have had at every level. What thing specifically in your life made you realize you needed to overcome social anxiety? If you're comfortable enough to drop it in the comments, use those past experiences as motivation to overcome this, and leave a comment below so I know how you realize you have social anxiety. My motivation includes wanting to make friends, connect on a deeper level, and most importantly, squeeze the most out of the game of life. Life is a people game. People run the government. The job you're going to want in the future, people run that. And if you want to be an entrepreneurship, the people that you hire will determine the success of your company. So now that we know why we need to address social anxiety, let's break down how I actually overcame my social anxiety in a simple 3-step process. Step 1 was recognizing I had a problem. This may sound easy after what I just told you, but I see so many people every day that don't even recognize that they have a social problem. I used to know this girl who literally would get all her groceries delivered to her house because she was so scared to go out in public. She admitted this to me, so I'm not just assuming that's why she did it. She never saw that it was an issue, but from the outside, you could see it. She was limited in the people she could connect with, and she couldn't really build strong relationships because of her extreme social anxiety. But some people chop this up to being, introverted. And as far as I can tell, if you call yourself an introvert as an excuse for not being around people, that's likely a sign that you lack social skills or have social anxiety. For a lot of people, this is the most damaging thing that you can do, especially when you aren't getting the most out of life that you really want. Realize that your lack of social skills you're having social anxiety, and that your introverted tendencies are limiting you for success. It's okay to be introverted. Being introverted is more of a spectrum. Like, how are you in the middle? Are you introverted, sometimes extroverted? It's a spectrum more than it is one thing. But understand that there is a lot of social aspects tied to success. So you have to overcome social anxiety, and realizing you have a problem truly is the first step. Secondly, to overcome social anxiety, you need to address your self-confidence. Now, I know it's hard to believe, but I was the awkward kid growing up. I was bullied, even though I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I always was the odd one out. My parents really kept me sheltered from a lot of things growing up, which I really appreciate today when I see where a lot of people I went to school with ended up. But I didn't really feel like it helped me fit in back in the day. I dressed differently, I talked differently, and liked different things than most people that I was around. So you can kind of see how that made me the weird one and lack self-confidence because I was bullied for it. All this combined led me to have lower self-confidence, self-esteem, and made it hard for me to put myself out there in social situations. So you have to actually be confident in yourself to connect with people. The easiest way to fix confidence, though, is to fix how you look. If there's anything that helped me really gain confidence, is fixing how I dressed. I never really learned how to dress and didn't really have the coolest shoes because we didn't grow up rich for most of my childhood, or, wealthy or even high middle class, until my dad started doing very well for himself. I was made fun of because of the shoes I wore and the clothes I constantly wore. And I'm not saying to wear what people think in school is cool or dressed, but you have to kind of dress to impress the people you want to impress and get along with. So if you want to get a girl, you probably want to dress in the way she like. If you at a professional event, you probably want to dress like a professional person that you would network with. And if you're anything like me, I didn't get much style advice from my dad or anything. So I had to create systems for myself to look better. And there were 3 tiers in this system. personal grooming, accessories, and then shoes. Start with grooming and hygiene because a lot of young men don't put the importance on it that is necessary. Fresh haircut. I know I'm talking because I'm not fresh at all right now, so my bad. But fresh haircut, grooming facial hair. Let's not talk about it. I'm not perfect right now, but for the most part, you want to stay at least decently cut. Like I shaped up my mustache a little bit. Editor, you can zoom in on that real quick for him. But yeah, so I shaped this up a little bit and try to take care of my face to keep it at least maintenance and maintained. But definitely take care of your facial hair, grooming, make sure you clean, and always smell good. You know, these are basics, but not everyone can say that they always do this consistently to look their very best or feel their very best. So if you do, you will stand out. Bonus points if you find a good smelling cologne on top of being really clean, because girls and anybody loves this. When talking about clothes, you have to copy before you actually find your own personal style and taste. Because who cares what your friends like to wear? Who cares what people on TV are wearing? Everything looks good when you're comparing yourself and not realizing your opinion on things, on how they feel, how they look, the quality, the cost, and how long clothes last matters as well. Start by copying what others wear, but note what your favorites are, especially around your budget, because I can tell you right now, if you're comparing yourself to someone who's, first of all, especially in high school or any of these lower levels, not necessarily paying for their own stuff, and you don't know how much this costs you or your parents, you don't want to compare that way. Find your favorites, find what's affordable for you, and just understand that you're making the smart decision when it comes to purchasing at your level, because no one knows truly about your life other than you. So if you can't afford what other people have, that's fine. Don't put yourself in a bad place with money just to look cool. And lastly is shoes. I say lastly shoes because if there's one place I think should always be high quality is your shoes. Some shoes will not feel as good on your feet or last as long. And you need to learn how to find your perfect fit in a lot of different types of shoes. And once you do, buying high quality material that will last a long time that you can clean and maintain is always the best option. I can make a whole video on style for people trying to put together a basic wardrobe framework and things like that. And I'm not even perfect myself, but definitely probably put that if you guys, link, dress in the comments. If you hit dress in the comments, then we'll take care of that. But last step to overcoming social anxiety is to improve your social skills. Lastly, now that you're confident, now that you address the problem and you're confident, you need to go over developing social skills, because more than likely, since you haven't put yourself out there in these social situations much, you don't necessarily have the best social skills when it comes to engaging in conversations, starting conversations with people you don't know. You want to put yourself in situations that you excel in. So first, you need to learn how to stumble and fall in social situations to develop those social skills. And the reason I give this one last is because it's the hard part that no one wants to do. The hard truth is that you're going to have to slowly get better at being in social situations. I had to be smooth when meeting new people, when trying to get girls, or some of the or any other thing that I'm trying to do that's social. Some of the ways I started to do this was by slowly starting to have basic social conversations in public. You know how you walk in a store and someone says hi and you awkwardly smile or do nothing? Well, start by walking into somewhere that you go to a lot. When people greet you, say hi or smile at them. Then the next week, maybe you smile at them and wave back. And then the next week, maybe you smile at them, you wave back and say hi back. And then the next week, maybe you smile, wave back, say hi, and ask them how they're doing. This small interaction sequence is the beginning of most social interactions that you will have in life, at least the casual ones. And it will help you get more confident with having long conversations and engaging with people that you don't know really closely yet. And another way I did this is by taking a sales job. In 2020, I was 17 years old, just graduating from high school, and I took a sales job at a multi-level marketing company. And pretty much what it forced me to do is to do cold outreach, reach out to random strangers and try to get them to purchase this product that I had that I thought would benefit them. I had a lot of Zoom meetings. I had to learn how to speak on the fly. I had to learn how to have good conversations with people, which is why now I can just freestyle videos the way that I do. Obviously, I outline a script, but I can speak long-winded on these topics in a very fluent way to where it gets the point across. And that's what you have to learn how to do in social situations as well. So this made me get out of my shell, and it made me get uncomfortable so that I could learn how to properly have communication and social skills. And what I took away from this exercise is that I could talk to anyone. And that led me to have the social skills I have today. So simply put yourself in more social situations when you're trying to actually have conversations and learn social skills, and do research just like anything else so that you can develop the good conversational habits that most successful people have. But if you want more personalized plan to learn skills like this to help you squeeze the most out of life and continue on your self-improvement journey, join my online mentorship group, free for the first month for all new members. DM me on Instagram, join, and I'll definitely get you involved in that group. If you're unfamiliar with my basic self-improvement and life philosophy, look at my infinite game theory video linked here. Peace. You're still here? Oh yeah, if you're still here, like this video, subscribe.